what's cracking to my niggas on the West Coast?
Everything.
Blood strips, gangbang, that's what they do.
That's on everything.
Club scene, chicks out looking good. Oh, down south representer, turn it to a West Coast center.
Oh shit. Welcome y'all. Yes indeed, man. This is the Paperhound TV podcast on everything where we discuss and touch on everything. Today, as you can see by the title, it's Eracism in America. Now some may wonder, what do you mean by eracism? Some years ago in Oakland, I seen underneath there was a mural that was painted underneath the 580 freeway that said Eracism. So I want to dive into it and find out exactly what they meant by it, which means their aspect and their approach, whoever painted that mural, was to erase racism. And I thought that was brilliant. But nowadays, the way things are now, not only are we revisiting racism, which is never went anywhere, it's always going to be here. And I decided to make it a double entendre, not just to erase racism, but at the same time, the racists are trying to erase their racism from history. So that's why I wanted to do this. I got a couple of guys with me, man. We're gonna get down. Got my boy P Steve with me and Mike Ascari, man. Let me get these guys up on here on the panel. Yes, indeed, man. We're gonna talk about it. Um, shit, I got some snippets of little things. I'm gonna put things in order as far as the history of racism, which we're gonna also ask the question: can blacks and other minorities be racist? No, they can't. That's We're gonna break that shit down though. So
Yeah,
let me go ahead and dive into it. P Steve, you got what you wanna comment on it?
yeah. Well. First of all, man, it's like this. Um, I think I grew in life to be a racist. Now, when I say racist, I don't mean that in like a hateful way. I mean it in a way of I love my people. You know what I'm saying? I do everything for my people. My people is my first concern. Um, Everybody else is just like, okay, it is what it is. But I don't look at the word racist as being a hateful word and being prejudiced towards other races. It's just that I believe in my people, man.
Yeah,
You know,
that's a good way of looking at it as well. What about you, Mike Ascari? What's your opinion on that?
I believe. First of all, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
we can hear you.
All right. So I believe that. I believe anybody and everybody has the ability to be racist. For one, you know what I'm saying? Because it's more racist than just us. You know what I'm saying? So we all have that ability to apply that. Now, in this context, the question is our racism or whatever they call that, is it justified? You know what I'm saying?
I,
Excuse my background, you know what I'm saying? You know,
no,
I'm behind
stay in
enemy
my house
lines right
watching the
now, and
baseball game too.
yeah, everybody excited about the World Series.
Yeah,
yeah,
for real.
yeah. So is it justified? You know what I mean? That's the
Yeah,
question. You know what I mean? Um, Considering everything that we go through in this country, I mean, absolutely justified. So long as the problem exists, it's justified. You can't expect people that's going through something to not be affected by it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You know, so for sure.
Yeah,
Now
that's I feel that.
now I went in and I've been fucking around with Chat GPT and just asking certain questions and getting a perspective of someone that's not human from the outside looking in, and it said some real interesting shit. Um, I even went through the historical atrocities that white Americans placed upon blacks from slavery all the way up into present, all the things that they were involved in. Now, this is one thing that makes you a racist, is the fact it's not because you don't like somebody from the color of their skin. You have to have the power
Right.
structure in place to oppress people. We don't have that power. You know what I
Right,
Right.
mean?
right, right.
So that's why I said we don't hate white people because they're white. We hate them, and not them, not all. I ain't gonna generalize all of
Yep.
them, but majority
Yep.
because of the shit that they've done
Excuse
to
me.
us. You know what I mean? It's never, and they can't say that about us. They can't say they hate us because we redlined them, we hung them, we, you know what I mean? We raped and pillaged their ass, and you know what I mean? They can't say that to us. So
Right.
we can't be racist because we don't hate them for the race they are. We hate them for the bullshit they did to us. That's
Exactly.
not racism. Matter of
Exactly.
fact, I'm gonna play this little short thing I made, man, about what exactly racism is, because everybody has their own opinion on it and their own idea. But this is what the breakdown of what racism truly is. So we're gonna check this out.
For sure.
What is racism? Racism is both an ideology and a system. As an ideology, racism is the belief that people of different races possess unequal qualities, traits, or moral value, and that one race is superior to others. As a system, racism is the collection of laws, policies, institutions, and cultural norms that advantage one racial group over others, historically white people in the United States. Put simply, racism equals sign prejudice plus power. Prejudice is an attitude or belief. Power is the ability to enforce it through systems, laws, hiring, policing, education, housing, etc. That's why we can't be racist, because we don't have the power
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
pass
I
the
was gonna
bills
say that.
that oppresses you. We don't have the power of having police officers harass you because of your ethnicity. We don't have the power of racist motherfuckers in this country to hunt us down and hang us. And we never done that.
Exactly.
They did that because when they did it to us, it was because not because of what we've done to them. It's because of our color specifically. It was never because we did that to them, because we don't do that kind of shit. So
I
that's why
mean,
I believe that we can't be racist. We don't hate them because they're white. We hate them for all the bullshit they've done to us since the 1600s in this country, even though we were here before they ass brought they punk asses here.
right, right.
You
So
know what I mean?
it's just it's the trauma, man. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
and even today in our subconscious, a lot of us didn't live that life. You know what I'm saying? But we feel the effects of it. And
Yeah. It's still exactly. It's
yeah,
still lingering. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
so that's it's dangerous, man. I mean, shit, they got us out here fighting our own fucking kind and shit now, So
Exactly.
yeah, man, like I said, my,
I
my main concern is my people.
I think that I think the justification is there so long as we were asleep to it. You know what I'm saying? Um, if you get what I'm saying, today
Structured overview of the major
I can't
categories.
I can't agree that we're asleep to it anymore. You know what I'm saying? I think
Yeah.
I think we're constantly aware of enough to know what's happening. I mean, when we check around, we hear people consciously talking about what the white man is doing to our people. We still inflicting ourselves. So it's like,
Exactly.
who do you
Exactly.
blame? Who do you blame at that point, right? So um, it only gets you so far when you play victim. This is why I don't talk so much about the white man no more, right? Because I figure it's like it's so long as you acknowledge him in that state, you empower him, right? You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? But when you get to that self accountability mode, you know what I'm saying, of self correcting yourself, you know what I'm saying, then you grow out of that, then you reverse the roles. Today, in today's day and age, man, we got more millionaires and billionaires than ever. They
Hmm.
was able to establish Black Wall Streets in the Jim Crow
Man.
1920s and 30s, man. There's no
Exactly.
excuse for us not having at least 10 of them in each state. You know what I'm saying?
Yup.
So who fought? We can't blame that on the white man. We can't blame that. Now they did they dirt. That
Yeah.
The Willie Lynch program that they implemented upon our people worked
Yup.
to such a perfection that they got us on autopilot as far as doing our own destruction. You know what I'm
Yup.
saying? The
Yeah.
difference is that, you know what I mean, we got more sense than Frankenstein did, though. You know what I'm saying? We can actually rebel a lot more, but we're not doing it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We choose to stay in the ignorance that we in. So until we get out of that, you know what I'm saying? We go
So
continuously.
so
Go
let
ahead,
me
go ahead.
let me ask you this, Scory. So the conditions that the young homies, the young brothers growing up in, um, don't have no choice uh, to flee it based on the economic situation. How do we uh, how do we confront that self hate when that's all they see from the time they wake up to go to school in these neighborhoods, man, where they see a lot of crack, a lot of gang banging, a lot of prostitution. I mean, a lot of people used to ask me, man, like, hey, why did you gang bang? You know what I'm saying? They always ask me that, from juvenile halls, CYA, the prison system, the county jails. And I always had a different explanation for them. And my thing was, I felt like my family wasn't really my family, and I didn't have nobody to go to, talk to, nobody to look out for me, so I turned to game banging. So I became a product of my environment. So how do
Yeah,
you tell the young brothers that's growing up right now to like say fuck that self-hate, you know what I'm saying, and let me open up to something new? How should we, which way should we go?
Well, I'm from Oakland, California. You know what I'm saying? West
Same.
Oakland at that.
Yeah.
I'm from the part of the city where the black community started at. So you know
okay.
that anything that's pro black is typically referred to as the dirtiest part of Oak, dirtiest part of any town. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all black. You know what I'm saying? I went through the entire juvenile system. You know what I mean? I jumped off the porch when I was about 7 years old because my family was the direct first or second generation, first or second wave of those who got hit when that crack epidemic hit Oakland. You know what I'm saying? So I got front row seat to that, you know what I'm saying, throughout my life. You know what I mean? I understand that, you know what I mean? Going through the system, seeing my mother, seeing my parents in and out of prison and everything you're talking about me. You know what I'm saying? Um, the thing about it is that using um it's a couple of different levels to this. The first question you ask me, they probably won't be able to see anything further past their circumstance, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Because of where they at in their mind haven't matured enough to be able to look past it. So the second prong comes into effect. Those who do know better, those who are in position. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we can't expect if we go put the onus on all the youngsters, then what the hell we here for? You know what I'm saying? Because when we was coming up, we had elders that educated and laced us and was
facts.
able to tell us right from wrong. I'm from the
Exactly.
generation of when your neighbor was allowed to whoop your ass back
Right.
then and guide you right. You know what I'm
Right.
For real.
saying? So nowadays, you know what I mean? And I was ironically, Kim, who was in here, we was talking about belt to ass. They need to bring back the belt. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
for real.
Implement the good old legendary belt, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, the self-correcting devices, man. It's the elders' fault to stop being pussy and so worried about what might happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Because um people would do what they're allowed to get away with. We're not gonna
Yeah,
be able to do this by being hat in hand and you know what I'm saying, nilly willy with it. We gotta be firm and direct with it and assertive with it, just how it was with us. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? So that's how we can do it. It ain't no one answer to it. You know what I'm saying? It's multiple aspects to it where the action has to be done simultaneously. You know what I'm saying? It can't just be just one way to it. Everybody got a responsibility, but people have to know their roles. You know what I'm saying? And be
It takes a
willing
village.
to carry it out. Yeah, you have to
It
carry it
takes a
out. We can't
village.
just
Real
say,
shit.
I hear a lot, man, fuck them youngsters. Man, that generation's old.
We
Man,
can't
look,
do that.
man,
Yeah.
We can't
what if somebody
alienate
said
them. You know what I mean?
what if somebody said fuck you?
Man,
Mhm.
for real. That's real
Mhm.
shit. We gotta
Yeah,
we gotta include them because they're gonna be after
yeah,
us. Once we dead and gone, they the next in line. So why not
Right.
have your
right.
troops ready for when it's time for us to leave? They can take over on the front line and do what they supposed to do for our people. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
This
But it starts
revolution
with
that
us though.
everybody This revolution that everybody talking about, they waiting for. Most of the people that's talking about it is too pussy to even be revolutionary today. You know what I'm
They
saying?
not ready.
Soon as you ask them people what action they want to get to, well, I don't want to do it. Check this out.
Yeah.
I done served 25 years behind
Dodgers
prison
won.
walls. I
Mhm.
done served 25 years behind the prison
Yeah.
walls. You know what I'm saying? You know, watch my family die for me in the process of that. You know what I'm saying? Because of a lifestyle that I chose to live. You know what I'm saying? That's why I choose to be what I expect of others. I
Mm.
Yeah.
I make sure that I'm being different than what I expected people to be to me because I want to break that cycle. I'm not sitting back saying, "Oh, this is a lost cause," because I was looked at as a lost cause until I put that work in. You know what I'm saying, to reform myself. You know what I'm saying. So I would encourage youngsters, man, that know better who's kind because it's a process. It's a
Mhm.
process. You got to put the work in. They don't just come in when you acknowledge that you're in a fucked up position. Then you have to put the work in, man, to come better through time and stick with the process, right? So that's
Right.
on an individual level. You can't do something for nobody that you ain't doing for yourself. I can't say nothing about what nobody doing if I ain't doing no better. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's called hypocrisy. So we
Yep.
got
Mm.
to get these hypocrites out the business, and we got to get
Yes.
these cowards out of leadership positions, man. You know what I'm saying? And let that be for people who really know how to lead from front. Because some people are couch leaders. You know what I'm saying? Or they want to be phantom leaders. They want to lead from a place of in the darkness, in the secret, but they don't want to demonstrate what it look like because they never been a part of it. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? So experience. Huey P. Newton, Bobby Seale in them, man.
Yes.
That's
Eldridge
got in the
Cleaver.
field.
Oh yeah.
Eldridge Cleaver and them. They got in the field, got
Mm-hmm.
their hands dirty. You know what I'm saying? These wouldn't train soldiers. These were people that were just tired and said, fuck it, man, we gonna figure something out. We gonna do something. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And showing up. They were able to do things, man, that the government is still trying to steal today, trying to plagiarize today. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know,
Mhm.
so
That's fact.
it's multiple levels to it, fam. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just one.
I
Yep.
feel
Yep.
that. I feel that. I feel that. I feel that, man. Go back to that question you said. Well, it wasn't a question. That statement you made about the parents disciplining them. Do you think that was a strategy with the white folks? Hey, look, we got to stop them from whooping them kids. If they whooping them kids, they keeping them in line. Do you think that was a strategy?
Man,
Have,
then social
ha-
services get involved with that kind of shit now. You feel me?
have you
Hmm.
ever read the
Gotta be.
have you ever read the Willie Lynch papers before?
Yeah, I read that in prison, like in '96. I think I still
Okay,
got I think I still got a copy of that shit at the house somewhere.
okay, read it again, right? And I'm
Yeah.
telling you, that is a real program.
Hmm.
Real program. For
Man.
real. That is a real just like Jim Crow was. It
Yeah.
was a program, man, to train us and condition us to conform a certain way, how they gain mastery over us. That is real. That
Yep.
ain't just no book. That is real life program, just like COINTELPRO and all that. That is
Yeah.
real. That ain't
Hmm.
just something you just reading. That is real because when you sit back and you look at what's going on, it makes sense how to separate the woman for the man, how to demasculate the man, how
Within
to,
the
you know what I'm
household. Yep.
saying? Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? How to heighten up the woman. The Section 8, man, was designed, man, to separate the man from the woman. Why you think on Section 8, you know what I'm saying? They put a female on Section 8 and her husband or her boyfriend can't come in there because it was they'll lose it. Why? Because it was designed to divide the household.
Hmm. Yeah, that's
You know what
true.
I'm saying?
That's
See,
true.
That's Willie Lynch program.
but see, here's one thing with the way that they get down. They approach everything with blinders on. You know, everything that the others do to us to keep us down, it always backfires on them. You know what I mean? So you
Hmm.
figure how they're trying to get rid of the SNAP program now with with food stamps and housing help.
Right.
All they're gonna do is doing that is gonna reunite the black family again because now the women can't do it independently that they've been. Oh, if you make sure your man's out the house, you can only pay you can pay rent for $40 a month. You can get this much money on your EBT shit. Now
Right.
that shit's going. If you bring that to an end, now we have to find resources, which is in our own people. Families got to stay together now. You got to have both of them working with salary bringing into that house. Now you're starting to refoundate the black household, which was been torn
Mhm.
down because of the rules that they did. Welfare wasn't made for us; it was made for them. It's just that when they had to allow us into the doorway of being equal, we had to get you had to give us that shit too. That's all that was. So every time they think of welfare and all that, they think of it's a black person thing. No, it was not a black person thing. It's a white person thing because it was made for them. And now
Yeah,
we
and
get
they
they
the
want
lead, the leading people that's on the shit.
that's on it exactly, but they want to always like gray the areas and make it seem like it's always us. We're the ones that need the help. We don't want to work. We're lazy, but we looking at them like, well, if there's more of you guys on subsidizing type shit than us.
And us,
But
yeah.
but that's why I'm calling this eracism. They want to erase that visual. They want to erase the fact that they did all the atrocities they did to. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play this other video. It's gonna be a breakdown of what from 1600 and I forgot what year all the way up to now of all the things that they've done, and it's including
Yeah.
shit like that too. So let me
Right.
get to that, man. And if you guys want to go make you a drink or you know what I mean, take a pee break,
And I'm
I'm
drinking
gonna play
water.
this
I'm
real quick.
drinking water today. Shit.
Hey, the Dodgers pull that shit off, man.
Yeah, it's over with.
Yup.
It's
Hold on,
over
let me
with.
get to this video real quick. All right, let's go.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, somebody want. Cause you hear my background, man. They they got
They,
turned
I
up over
heard it.
here, man. Yeah, yeah,
I'm not even a Dodger
yeah,
fan, but I
man.
did not want Toronto winning that shit.
Man.
I
Hey,
can't get it
Drake
for
took
some reason.
another L.
For some reason I cannot get into baseball for some reason. Hey, I want to say this real quick because I just saw the news. Right,
Okay.
um, rest in peace, man, to Big U son, man. Somebody I
Yeah.
been seeing over YouTube that his son just got killed tonight. At a marijuana dispensary, I think 69th and Figueroa somewhere in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
At
That's some
weed
420
shop.
dispensary.
Yeah, it's at the weed shop. Yeah.
Yeah, so he must. I think he got killed over there. So rest in peace to that man. And man, I'm telling you, fortunately, before I caught my bid, I was careful enough not to create no baby mamas. You know what I mean? And that was very much on purpose, man, because my partners was kind of in a race to see how many of them can impregnate the most women as possible, right? And even back then, as a 20-year-old, I saw that as stupidity, right? So I was careful. But when I caught my bid, you know, it kind of sad my mother that I didn't leave her no grandkids, but at the same time, I feel good because I look around. I got right now, as we speak, four of my homeboys are selling up with their sons right now. Three of
Mm.
them, I was around when they kids was conceived on the streets. You know what I'm saying? And I can just imagine if I couldn't picture that being me though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying like is regardless of what I went through, we talking about eracism, you know what I'm saying, and the problems that our people were placed in. These are the repercussions of it. These are the things that happen as a result of the very things that we talk, very institutions that we're talking
Yeah.
about. But they don't get spoken on that easily because we look at it as so naturally and so normally, you know what I mean, that we don't address it. We don't see it as a problem, you know what I mean? But if you're from the outside and you looking in, you looking at it like, damn, that's some sorry case for some people though. You know what I mean? You know, if we're looking at other people like that, you know what I mean? So me knowing that that's the one right thing that I did was not create no baby mamas, you know what I mean? And when I'm seeing my partners, I'm like, damn, I remember that kid was a baby. You know what I mean? I knew his mama, I knew them. Now look at him. You know what I'm saying? Look at it, and I'm like, man, damn, I'm glad. You know what I mean? Because I got a chance to do it right though. I got, you know what I mean. I don't have to break a cycle in that extent. I get to get out
Yeah,
and do it right now because I got the wisdom. I got something I didn't have back then. I have the wisdom now. I can't just say don't do it. Now I can show you why you shouldn't do it.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? What you want to go through, what may happen. You know what I mean? We got to extend that together. We talking about what black men need to stand up. Okay, well, we standing up and doing what? You know what I'm saying? We got to know what our role is,
yeah.
what we're capable of doing, and get to it and be accountable to it.
That's
And
real.
so,
At the end, I got a breakdown. I got a 10-year plan of what we got to do. You know what I mean? To have our own shit and make sure we legit with what we focus on, rather than the outside interference. We ain't got to worry about that shit though. But
Hey,
let me play this video real quick. PC, you want to say something?
mhm.
oh yeah, I just wanted to say, man, I had got this book. It's called the 10 Commandments of Black Economic, and it have 10 rules in there to get the black family together economically, spiritually, and physically. I think it's a good book. I'm gonna show it to y'all in a minute, and maybe y'all can order it or something.
Yeah, that, you know what, that'll be a good idea too, because there might be people that be interested in reading that too. Um, Let me get to this real quick, because everything you guys saying, people that already been speaking on this. I'm gonna go down in order of how things dealing with us. We're more than what they want to make us appear. Columbus found black people ruling America. So let me go with how we as people, we were indigenous to this land. Um, and Columbus even wrote, punk ass Columbus. I don't know. See, and that's another thing. The heroes that these motherfuckers got compared to the heroes we got is day and night. Day and night. There, okay, there it is. Oh, hold on. Let me give you the screen, man. Oh
Yeah.
shit, I took them out on accident. Hold on. Let me get you up on there. Show the book. 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power. That's real shit. Who wrote it?
Dr. Boyce Watkins.
Oh, Boyce Watkins. Gotcha.
Yeah,
So if
yeah,
any of you guys out there is interested, man, go on Amazon or go into your local bookstore and check out the 10 Commandments of Economic. What is it again? Economic Power, Black Economic Power. That's a book we all see, and that's another thing. I'm glad you're showing that right now. That's
yeah,
another thing. As far as
yes,
teaching our kids, giving our kids economic knowledge, the
yeah,
finances, because we're one of the people that we. I got videos on all this shit talking about going out buying Gucci and Louis Vuitton and making
right.
them rich and not. I got all that kind of shit, man. We matter of
And
fact, let
people
me go
that
through these
really don't
videos,
even care about you.
bruh. I'm telling you. And if and instead of buying the shoes and the merchandise, buy stock in these companies.
Yeah,
Build you a portfolio in stock behind these companies. Apple, Nike, whatever you indulge in. Instead of spending that money on shoes and shirts, spend that
right,
money on stocks and bonds. You feel
right,
me?
right,
That's
right.
another thing of taking over, where we can go ahead and prosper off of what they doing instead of us being the ones that they
Hey, Mike,
advertise to.
did you get a
Huh?
cop? Did you get a glance of the book?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want to show y'all. I want to show y'all this. I don't know if y'all can see it, but hold on. Let me see something. I don't know if y'all read.
Race first,
This is a
race
good read.
first.
Yeah,
Race
Race
first.
First by Tony Martin. Yes, Race
Tony
First by
Martin.
Tony Martin. Tony Martin.
Okay,
Martin. You know what I'm
gotcha.
saying?
That's another one
It
for you guys out there to go
it,
look for.
it speaks on it's the best, like it's one of the best historic books I've read recently. Why?
Okay.
Because it's based on the Garvey movement, right? But it talks about, it gives you a blueprint on what they were able to do back then, what we have more access to now that we're able to do today that we just shy away from. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? To y'all points, we talk about so much shit that goes to our detriment than what goes to our benefit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right, right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Anytime, like, in this conversation that we're having, right? You know what I mean? It's three of us. But if we was on here talking about destroying somebody's character and fuck somebody and who's snitching and who this, that, and the third, it'd be all kind of people trying to get in this chat.
Hey,
You
that's
know what I'm
real
saying?
shit.
Oh
We are
yeah.
That's real
we are
shit.
far more motivated to our destruction than to our development, man. That has to
Exactly.
change. You know what I'm
Man, that's real
saying?
shit.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
realest
So
shit,
yeah,
man.
Yes. Yeah, that's real, man. I feel that.
For real.
for real.
And you look at this podcast and shit, that's the same. It's like you get more views and likes for all the detrimental shit that we do to ourselves than the shit that'll benefit us that we can build with. You know what I mean? And those who have information for us to build, they want to gatekeep and not share the wealth of knowledge and keeping it
Mm-hmm.
to themselves. That's another thing too.
Yep.
This
Exactly.
podcasting is the new dope game, man. I'm been telling dudes, man, it's the new dope game, man.
The
I
new
mean,
rap game, it's the new rap game too. You know
Yeah.
what I
yeah,
mean?
for sure, for
Same
sure.
shit because
Yeah.
they getting pushed. Like the way I look at the rap game now is different than how it used to be. You remember it was like it was in a situation where it was art imitating life. It was our real life that we put out there in art. Now it's
Okay.
reversed. These dudes is trying to get the life, you know what I mean? Or they're mimicking their life after the art now. Like they want to hear about sliding on motherfuckers and having ops and all that shit is all detriment to us rather than shit that what kind of game can you give us?
Right.
What can you put in your music to tell
Right.
us, go buy stocks or go invest? Let's get like I heard somebody say some shit that was prolific to me when they said you get you five guys, one person has a background in being an electrician, one has a background in being a plumber, and y'all buy property and y'all build that shit up on your own.
Hmm.
Right.
A painter, you know what I mean? All that. Y'all go and organize and go buy you some land and develop you some property. And y'all, you don't have to pay for these motherfuckers to come fix or build our shit. We build our own shit.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Because
Right.
it's
But you
all
know
about
what? You
huh?
know what? Now, like I like grown man rap. And what I mean by grown man rap is that people that give us the game, uh, something you can learn from, like
X
E40,
Clan. You feel me?
X
Public
X
Enemy.
Clan, X
KRS
Clan back in
One.
the '80s.
They out
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But also people like Rick Ross, E40. You know what I'm
From
saying?
all angles though. We got
Yeah,
all levels that we represent.
exactly.
Matter of fact, like my guy Mike Ascari, he did an interview with his daughter Ascari X. He was
Look.
telling
I
us how
was
the
in.
how the CYA how the YA system is working and how you know what I
Hey,
mean?
hey, we was in what was that? OH Codes together in Stockton back in '91, I think. Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I've been telling people about. It amazed the hell out of me when I ran into Ascara, man. His daughter's name Ascara X,
Yeah,
Oh
he got a
and
daughter
wow.
she's
that
just
rap.
as
Yeah,
she's just
she
as hard as him.
vicious. She
I'm
Yeah.
talking
vicious.
about she dope. Um, I was scheduled to interview her on my podcast tonight, but she had a medical emergency with her family that she had to postpone it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So we're going to be getting to it again, for sure. But that's the homegirl, man, and I'm talking about it's amazing when I watch, you know what I'm saying, thunder strike twice like that. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
Yeah.
know,
yeah, for real.
for but we're in a day and age where music wise, it seems like in a lot of ways the females are the new niggas. And
Yeah.
like
It
the
reversed.
niggas is acting like and niggas, yeah, right. It's like the revenge of the nerds. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
We got dudes that's propagating painting their nails, wearing dreaded wigs,
man, come on now.
dresses,
Mhm.
lipstick, or
Man,
whatever have you, and make
mascara.
it, you
Hey, all
know,
that shit though.
rainbow bright hair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the shit, include telling is cool so long as you're a alleged civilian, whatever that
Yeah.
means. You know what I'm saying? Um, and the
Yeah, for
females are talking the shit that we was talking. You know what I'm saying? Keep your mouth closed and X, Y, and Z. It's
Mhm.
powerful when it comes from a woman, man. I'm telling you, when a woman say the shit that we supposed to say, it just hit different.
it
Yeah.
does.
You know what I'm saying?
It does.
No, so I'm telling you, I'm a huge fan of this female. I hate to be jumping all over the place topic wise, right? But I feel like all these things are relevant to
Yeah, they
the
are.
problems that we have as a
Yeah,
people. You know what I'm
Yep.
that's
saying?
true.
You know what I
We in
mean?
the same solar
So
system, just different planets. That's all that
Yeah,
shit is. You
yeah.
yeah.
feel me?
So it's
That's
like,
all
man,
that
but
is.
to have a scar though, you know what I'm saying,
That's good
on the
shit.
platform, man, it's dope.
Hey, let
That's
me
right.
ask you something, man. How the brother doing?
Um, I don't have no concrete evidence on that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? On exactly how he doing. I didn't heard different things, so I don't want to speak on it. But he's alive, and you know what I'm saying, and he's stable, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly what his condition is. I know he went through some things in recent years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Especially you got to imagine concerning the things that he was talking about. You know what I mean? I mean, he would certainly be public enemy number one. You know what I'm saying? Imagine hearing "High" tonight in today's world.
yeah,
Man, man,
yeah, yeah,
man. For real.
All
yeah.
Peckerwoods need to hide tonight in
Man,
today's
high
world.
tonight. High, hey,
Hey,
for real.
hey,
For real. They ain't
hey,
ready for
we
I'm
that
used to,
shit.
telling you.
we
Hey, you know
used to,
who else?
we used to bang that on the tier.
Man, come on now. I'll tell you another one. Paris. Paris was another one back in the
Yeah,
day,
Absolutely.
bruh.
yeah.
Sleeping with the
Man,
enemy.
Uh,
man, hey,
uh,
the hate that
That's
hate
the
made. Come on now.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's my boy,
Yeah, that
For
was
man.
another
sure.
word. I want to need. I know he was involved in the stock market. I think he was a stockbroker or something back. That's what his background was. Paris. I don't. I haven't. I wonder
I
where
don't
he's at.
know.
I would have loved to have some
And
of
you
them
know
back
what?
on here to talk that
I know,
shit. You know what I mean?
I know somebody that's connected to him. I'm about to try to get us some answers today.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I'm gonna get at you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that can be some co-content we have. Maybe you know what I'm
Yes,
saying. We
we
can
can put
both
them
we
on
can both
a
jump on that
podcast.
piece together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
Because this is the
great.
shit I
yeah.
want to bring, though. You know what I mean? This kind of shit that on everything. I want to bring that where people ain't talking about the real shit. They talking about the shit that's entertaining and amusing. You know what I mean? Who shot
They don't know
who
no better.
and who
They
pregnant
don't
by
know no
who.
better.
Yeah, and I'm gonna bring it to their ass with my
Yeah,
52-year-old ass. You feel
yeah,
me?
yeah.
Shit.
It
They
was
on
Yeah,
their
always
helmet.
the elder, man, the
That's
wizard.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
It ain't no
That's
different
real.
today.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? We
It just
expecting the youngsters to be the wizards. No, it
I
ain't gonna
know.
work that way.
nah.
It's
You know what
not
I'm
like
saying?
one thing that is different because you got to remember if you go back and look at the Panther Party back in the days, it was a lot of early 20-year-olds that was involved in that shit. You
Oh
know what I
yeah, I
mean?
think
It
Fred,
was a lot
Fred
of
Hampton,
youngsters. It
the
was
Fred
youngest
youngsters,
Hampton,
was 16 years old.
man. They might it was
Bobby
on a
Hutton,
whole nother level in the '60s. You know what I mean?
Bobby Hutton, man.
Little Bobby
Rest in
Hutton.
peace.
I still got that picture with him with the shotgun in front of the jailhouse in Oakland. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
yeah. I
Man,
always get the comparisons, like as far as 415 Kumi, man. I always get the comparison to Bobby Hutton because I was the youngest dude of my generation that joined it in my structure. And when I got the time that I had, how you know what I'm saying? You know, my OGs always told me I function like him. They knew it. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of ways. So I had to study more about him when I got older because I used to hear those compare about him, but I didn't know nothing about him.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, who in the hell is Bobby Hood?
yeah. Little Bobby
You know
Hutton,
what I'm saying?
youngster
Yeah,
in the movement for real.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I was that youngster that was around the elders, man. You know what I mean? But the
Hmm.
older I got, I just feel like with knowledge, it come responsibility, man. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
fact.
Like you're responsible for what you know,
Yep.
because God go punish or reward you in accordance to what you do with it. You know what I mean?
That's
If you
real.
use it for the wrong ways, it's gonna bite you in the ass and it's gonna destroy you. It's gonna lead to your destruction,
For
man.
real.
But you can do it in a way to where it's like a tree that keep on feeding people. It's like a fruit tree. You know what I'm saying? It keep
Right.
on nourishing the people, man. You know, that's why I'm at with it today. You know what I mean? You know,
Hell
Hmm.
yeah.
so I utilize my story and my journey, man. You know what I'm saying? To uplift. You know what I mean? Not to build remorse or sorrow, because the world don't give a fuck about what you going through. You know what I'm
That's a
saying? And
That's
fact.
you
real.
change things to help people. But I land there though.
All right, I'm about to play these videos, man. I got things in order to, and there's gonna be a lot of good knowledge in some of this shit too for those who don't know. So that's my thing is I want to make sure everybody say they're woke. I want to make sure I awaken you. You know what I mean? So let me dive into this shit and we can watch this shit too, man. Let me.
Did you know Columbus found black people ruling America when he arrived in 1492? His original ship log from October 12th tells a completely different story than what we learned in school. Columbus wrote about encountering black-skinned people who trade in black-tipped spears of gold across the Caribbean islands. The Spanish Royal Archives contain his detailed accounts describing established black populations with advanced metallurgy and vast trade networks. He was confused, finding people he called very well formed with handsome bodies and fine faces, who possessed navigation techniques that impressed his crew. Columbus documented black chiefs wearing elaborate gold ornaments and controlling organized territories that stretched across multiple islands. In his suppressed letters, he described how these indigenous people had hair course, almost like the tail of a horse, and ruled sophisticated societies. But these original documents were systematically altered over centuries. The truth was buried to support the false narrative that indigenous Americans were light-skinned. Columbus didn't discover America. He found black people who were already the dominant population ruling their ancestral lands.
Facts right there. You know what I mean? So when they get to telling us that we weren't here and all, hey, it's documented. And then here go the racism. They suppressed all the information of saying that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. You know what? I seen that like maybe a week ago.
That same one.
Yeah, that same one right there.
Shit, I got more, man. I got it broken down into chronological order. And then there's like, matter of fact, I'm gonna keep going on with this. You know what I mean? Let me go down through these videos, man, and we have to remember that we learned so we can know the real truth, because that's the whole thing about eracism. We're gonna erase. They're trying to erase the things that they've did to us to make them look like the villain. When I'm going to erase that shit that they're trying to erase and show them the truth. You
That's
feel me?
real. That's real
So
though.
let me get this up here, man. We and while Scary doing this thing, I'm let me see, make sure I got the volume up on this. Yeah, we gonna do this shit tonight. Let's go. Let me get this thing up here real quick.
We have to remember that we learned from some of the best. They had some white boys came over here that did the first beheadings in Point Coupee, Louisiana, where I'm from. Slave insurrection, that was the way you dealt with it. Tuskegee syphilis incident. We're going to see how black men die if they have syphilis, but we pretend we treat them with penicillin, and we're just going to watch the pathology of how they die. Now, that wasn't back 200 years ago. That was 1930 to 1974. We're talking about giving these wonderful blankets to the Native Americans infected with smallpox as they walked on that trail of tears just to see how they die and to eliminate their population so we can take all of that land. So the violence that is in America has come from a very learned position that was brought here by some Caucasian folks. All right?
Real shit. See, we're not that type of people to be barbaric. You know what I mean? And if we do become that, it's because of what we see and what we mimic by who did that to us.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's why I said when it comes to being racist, we're not racist. We don't dislike them because they're white. That's never been it. It's never been it. We're more accepting than we are to be negative and be like, oh fuck y'all. We're more accepting to, hey, come on in.
Hey, now, okay. Let me give you a scenario real quick. So you know I work in a hospital, right?
Okay.
So I'm around all kinds of white folks. It's like a melting pot. Everybody there, but it's more white folks. They have like this natural hate towards us. I think it's in their DNA or something, because they don't even get a chance to get to know the person. before they start, stereotyping you or putting you in this category, in this box. I believe that it's in their genetics to hate us. Like, they just here on earth to destroy, kill, lie, do all type of shit towards black folks. And when we do it, it's not in our genetics, because when we do it, we feel like it's wrong. Like, oh, I can't be treating a person like that. I can't do that. That's a person. Man, I
Yeah.
go through this shit every day working in these hospitals, man. You know what I'm saying? I came out here, got my license, got my, you know, everything I needed. You know what I'm saying? My med tech license, everything. They hate on that. They hate on that. A lot of people that been there longer than me don't even have the credentials that I have, and they hate on that because I'm a black man. And I just like I said, I believe it's in their genetics, man.
Shit,
It's definitely a
it's
train
got
hate
to.
for sure.
It's got to.
Yeah.
You know what
Because
I
you
mean?
figure, look at it like this. Look at it like this. What's in our genetics from what they did to us over hundreds of years and being enslaved?
Mhm.
What? How did that affect us? Now, the flip
A
side of
natural
the coin
distrust for the
is
police.
the flip side of that coin is that
Yeah.
sa- that same energy. The opposite of that is what they have instilled in they shit for over those years as well.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? As far as the power struggle, they're on top of the pyramid. They're the ones that's implementing all these rules and regulations, the laws. So you figure it has to be in their DNA as well, as far as being the superior race, because that's what they were taught through all them 100 years. And then just like us, we're self-hate because of what been inflicted on us for 100 years, and it's got to be in the DNA. It's got to be.
Mhm.
You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So it's the opposite.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's the
yeah.
opposite.
Yeah.
That's
But we gonna change that shit.
absolute fact.
We gonna change that shit.
Absolute fact. But we have to understand that as we go down this path that lunatic is pointing out, that it's a process. You know
Mhm.
what I'm
Yes,
saying? It's
it
Right.
going to
is,
be bumps in the road. It's going to be ups and downs.
man.
And trust me, we have to understand. See, we start these movements and we think that, oh yeah, because we've awakened that of what the problem is, that everybody's gonna be willing to go. Some motherfuckers don't care about it. Some people are willing to allow themselves to be used by the white man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? We have to understand that.
Yeah.
This is why COINTELPRO would not be able to be effective if they didn't have niggas that was willing to turn on other niggas. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because in
Mhm.
COINTELPRO, whether it's the COINTELPRO that destroyed the Panthers or it's the new age hip hop COINTELPRO that's going on today, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? In both systems, the art is using blacks against other blacks. Period.
Yes. Yeah.
Turncoats. You know what I'm
and,
saying?
and you know how
We
they do
we have
that?
to respect
The
what
carrot that's
money.
exactly that's the carrot in front of the
Yeah,
fucking horse. Is
yeah.
hey,
Self gain,
that's why I
self
said with the
gain.
rap game is like this. Now the rap game is dictating to the artists of what type of music to make in order to be prosperous in the game. Remember,
Yeah,
they went to look for new talent, somebody that didn't sound the
right,
same. Now they're dictating to
right,
the youngsters like, in order to get a contract and make millions, you gotta rap about this shit right here: sliding
Yeah.
on niggas,
yeah,
killing your own kind, rape. You know what I mean? Uh,
right,
fuck bitches and your own people. And
Right.
so
right.
they confined to that. They like, well, if that's what I got to do to get rich, there
Straight
it
up,
is. There it
straight
is.
up. I mean, and they was selling soul to it. So
That's
instead of the
exactly
artists
what.
realizing,
Yes,
instead of the artists realizing, look, man, so damn, we actually have the power because the industry ain't shit without our power. Even with
it is,
AI today, they ain't
man.
shit
For
without
real.
our penmanship and our
Right.
artistry.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? They choose to do that, but this is what I'm saying. It's a process. It's going to be a process of time and education in order
Yeah,
to, you know what I'm saying, to get not all of us, because we ain't never gonna be at 100%, but we can get to at least about 75% or eighty
yeah,
percent. I mean, I believe that much in our people to say that we can get at least we can reach that percent. If we reach that percent, if we reach even a 65% on it, man, it's a win for us. It's enough to
yeah,
start a trend. So here it is. Being that we're on this topic, this is why I point those of you that are listening and those of you that are artists, y'all need to Go get in tune with the hip hop fraternity that Pimpin' Ken started. Ken Ivy. You know what I'm saying? For those you know who Pimpin' Ken is, he started a movement called the Hip Hop Fraternity, man. You know what I'm saying? That's hell bent on educating you, not just on rapping and getting in the studio, but the business side of it, man. So you become your own self masters of your
Yes.
art. You know what I'm saying? You know, we are pushing this independent movement, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, so people can become more independent, man, and becoming masters of their own. The more and more you educate somebody, it's two things people don't forget. They don't forget an injury, and they don't forget when they learn something and who they learn it with. You know what I'm saying? You know, if we can become a part of each other's history and learning something, you know what I'm saying, and the growth thing, you know what I mean, our relationship, that tears down a lot of walls. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You know, so that's why we're having these dialogues is big, and I salute Lunatic for these dialogues, man, because this is how you open the doors. These are the first steps to that, man,
Yep.
of that process that I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
That's
So
real.
yeah,
That's
That's
real.
real.
That's
Yeah,
real.
and you artists out there, go back to the how it used to be. Independent hustle.
Hmm.
You don't need the major labels. I know the major labels is selling you fame. That's the only thing they can offer you because you can make legitimate money on your own independently with your music or whatever you're doing, your podcast, all that shit. You know what I mean? You don't have to rely on a higher power to make you somebody. You're already somebody. You got to show the world who you are. And you can do that on your own. You see, with streaming, you ain't getting nothing but pennies on the dollar to every fucking song that's listened to. They're raping you financially in the game by doing that shit. They're getting all the money from the streaming.
Oh
It
yeah.
takes hella streamers to see a dollar. And go back
Yeah.
to the old Too Short showed you this shit.
right.
E40 showed you this shit. These are
Facts,
independent. You was Master P started off in Richmond with a tape store.
Yeah.
facts,
Before No Limit was millions. You know
facts,
what I mean? Independent
facts,
hustles,
facts,
own your own shit. You
facts.
may not make
JT the
millions and
bigger
millions
figure.
and millions like these labels was promising you, but I guarantee you,
Yeah.
you'll never have to work again.
That's real.
If you can
See the
rap
order.
and sustain a financial, like say for instance, you got a job, you making $20 an hour. If you got a job that's paying the bills, but you working for somebody else doing that. Imagine if you just did that on the minimum rapping or whatever talent you have, and you made that on the minimum of $20 an hour. You don't have to work for nobody.
Yeah.
You good.
That's
I
real.
always been like, if I can make as much money working for somebody as I can independently, whether it's a clothing line, a podcast, music, whatever
Anything.
business you want to start,
The
I'm good.
the
I'm good.
the
I ain't
the,
gotta
the,
work for that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
the
Hmm.
order what he talking about is that they were willing to get off their ass, man, and put their work in, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Because they were slanging their tapes and their CDs out the trunk of their car. You know
real
what I'm
shit.
saying? JT the bigger figure talk all the time about how he invested his capital, man, in buying 1,000 CDs, having them pressed up, man, and going out there getting in the trenches, man, and moving his shit on
Man,
his own. Because it does two
that's
things. You ain't
real.
just selling your shit hand for hand. You know what I'm saying? Curb serving, as we call it. You know what I'm saying? But you getting personable with your fans. You let them
Yes.
know they seeing you as a real
Yes.
person. That you
Real
willing to
shit.
get out there, man. That you ain't got this big ass machine behind you that's gonna rape
No.
you of all your shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the master of the more and more you learn to do on your own, you know what I'm saying, the better off you get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Straight up. So I take it that's why I say in that aspect, it's a blessing for me to be from the Bay. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean, we're taught that hustling culture. I don't know what it is about out here. It's just that's just the way of the land. Like you learn we you know we're bred as more as individuals than you know what I'm saying groupism. You know what I'm saying, so to speak, if that makes sense to you. You know what I'm saying? Or some areas, you know what I'm saying, it's more about the pack. You know what I'm saying, or gangism culture. You know what I'm saying? We're bred as individuals out here. You know what I mean? My mama and them aunties and that they taught us how to get out, go and go and make your own dollar. Even if you're part of the machine, learn go get your own shit. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
hey, look,
And
and to
yeah,
capitalize on what you just said, even if you're a part of the
mhm,
machine, you know what that reminds me
yeah.
of? The spook who sat by the door.
Oh yeah,
If you ain't never seen that movie, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give y'all some game. The spook that sat by the door. Go learn about it. Because when they wanted to diversify the FBI and CIA with minorities, there was one minority from Chicago that went and learned everything that they was teaching them and brought it back to his neighborhood to show how to fight back against the oppressors. He took
Mhm.
their knowledge and used it against them.
That's real.
And that's not just I'm not just talking about like frontline military type shit. I'm talking about business wise as well. Let
Mhm.
them teach you. Let them teach you and
That's
take it
real.
and then use it to benefit yourselves as well as other people as well. Your people. Go to Job Corps. It's free. Let them teach you how to do plastering, cement masonry, be a painter, be a dentist assistant or
Mhm.
whatever. And then you take that and with that knowledge, now you can teach others.
That's real.
There's shit out there, man. We
Real.
can do all kind of shit. We can do you can go with the shit the trades they teach you in Job Corps. I went to Job Corps. I had to because I didn't graduate high school. My stepmom told me I was either gonna be dead and in jail, and so she made me go to Job Corps.
Yeah.
And I didn't take I took cement masonry, but I known with the knowledge I have now, if I would have took that as a career and done it and started a business doing laying slabs and curbing gutter and expansion and
Mhm.
all man and joints and all that shit, I could have
Yeah.
made big money,
Yeah. Yeah. We
which would
all
have been
could
money
have.
for me to do other things with as a stepping stone. You know what I mean? But I didn't do it. I was young and dumb and I was wild at that age at 18. You know what I mean? Because shortly after there, I'm fighting an attempted murder case in 93.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? 91, I get locked up for concealed weapons. So and that was at 18. That was one of the reasons when my stepmom sent me to motherfucking Job Corps. She didn't know we had to go there, and he said, "Well, do you have any court case or anything?" I said, "Yeah," and she looked at me like, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, I got a, concealed weapon charge. I got to go to court
Yeah.
for." She said, "That's why I'm sending your ass to fucking Job Corps." You know what I mean?
Wow. Hey,
Job Corps was the shit.
that video you still have up there before we end, you gonna play some more of it, or is that the
No,
same
I got
one?
some more shit. We're gonna matter of fact, I'm gonna run down the line. They're short videos, but it's setting up the timeline of like we just seen how they explain that we were here first already. Don't say that we came slave ships brought us here originally. That's bullshit. And then we talked about how barbaric they were as far as the shit that they implemented on us. And we're gonna go deeper into that, and then we're gonna come out on the outside of knowing about economics and what we need to do as a people to get back right. So let me get that going, man. Cause I don't want to be up to. I know we out here late doing it, and I
It's all
appreciate y'all
gravy.
for pulling up for real.
It's all gravy.
All right, let me get this up here, and then we come on, man. Oh, it's not like a tripping. Let me get this shit right. Y'all see that book, man? Y'all go invest. Invest
Make
in
sure you
your
grab
future.
that. Yeah, that's a nice book. Tick is playing, but we can't hear the volume.
All right, let me try to do that again.
There it go.
with absolutely no evidence. Over a dozen people were lynched in just a few days, and one of them was Hayes Turner, Mary Turner's husband. Mary Turner was only 20 years old, and she was 8 months pregnant when she did something that black women at the time were not supposed to do. She spoke out. She spoke out loudly, and she spoke out publicly. She demanded justice for her husband's murder, saying the mob had killed an innocent man. And for that, they turned on her. The next day, a mob of white men kidnapped her. They dragged her to Folsom Bridge near the Little River and did the unthinkable. First, they hung her upside down from a tree, and then they doused her with gasoline and they set her on fire. While she was still alive, a member of the mob took a knife and sliced open her stomach. Her baby, just weeks from being born, fell to the ground and then they murdered the baby. A man in the mob stomped on its skull and crushed its head. Then they shot the baby in front of the entire crowd. And if that wasn't enough, they fired hundreds of bullets into Mary Turner's burned body. And guess what? Not a single person was arrested. Not one. And after this massacre, many black families fled Georgia in fear. But Mary Turner's story, it didn't die with her. In fact, her name became a symbol of the fight against racial violence. Years later, her murder was included in the NAACP reports about lynching, helping to push for anti-lynching laws, though it took 100 years for lynching to finally be recognized as a federal crime. Today, a historical marker stands in her honor in Brooks County, Georgia, reminding us that we can never forget our past. Yeah, Mary Turner's story is painful, but her strength, her courage, her voice, it all matters. And it's up to us to keep saying her name. This is why history matters. This is why we cannot stay silent. So drop a thumbs up in the comments if you believe her story needs to be told, and share this story to make sure Mary Turner is never forgotten.
See,
That
now,
kind of
now,
shit right there.
yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. A person have to be fucking mentally ill to
Bruh,
do something
come
like that
on,
to
man. Think
a
about it.
woman, dog.
To do
Hey,
some shit like that,
man,
and you call us barbaric? I'm not gonna
exactly.
see. Fuck your racism. I'm not erasing none of the bullshit y'all did, because this is the shit that's showing your true identity, who y'all really motherfucker. And I ain't gonna say y'all as in all of y'all, but those who have that mentality in their head, yeah, you know it's you.
Yeah,
That's sick. That's
that's sick,
disgusting.
really
We've
sick.
never done that to your people. Ever. So we can't be racist. We don't hate you because you're white. We hate you for that kind of shit. You cut a woman's womb open and let a baby that's 8 months old drop out, and you stump on his head and shoot it and kill her and burn her. How barbaric can you be?
Yeah, and that's what I mean by that. I felt like, most of them, they're devils, and we're God's people, and I just
That's
believe,
facts. I,
yeah, I
I
just
believe that shit, bro.
yeah, I just believe the devil do not like God's people, and that's facts. Yeah.
The anti-blackness.
Okay, let me get through these videos, man. Let's do this next one. I got them coming. It's gonna break down as far as what we need to do and everything. I like this brother right here. He has a podcast and he says a lot of good shit. Let me make sure I got. Hold on, let me take this down real quick. Make sure this volume is working. Oh yeah, we not gonna get away from this shit. All right, let me go here. Yeah, the volume wasn't on. That's what happened last time. Okay, we good now. All right, here we go.
The anti-blackness is killing you. It's eroding the society. When you go against us, you go against yourself. And we ain't never did shit to it. Name it. You can't go nowhere in America and say a black person brought you there against your will. You can't go nowhere in the world. You can't go nowhere in the world and say a black person brought you there against your will. You can't go nowhere in the world and say black people stole this land from me. Can't go nowhere in the world and say black people forced me to assimilate into this religion, into this language. Can't go nowhere in the world and say black people changed our culture, changed our last name, and stole our land. You can't go nowhere in the world and say we did that. And the niggas who you can say that, that's who you want to be like. Yeah, we create everything. Everything that made your life here in America is because of us, nigga. Black Americans ain't got no culture. Civil rights. The civil rights and liberties that you get to enjoy as a person of color.
It's our culture.
And not just black men, not just black women, queer black men and women, trans black men and women. We on the brink of another renaissance. You think this anti-blackness is gonna kill you because you want to be like that white man so much. And all the white man wants is death and destruction. And the black people keep creating ways to live. Come on, son. What we doing?
Just did the knowledge, son.
Black history is American history. The anti-blackness is the most American thing you can do while being dismissive of the contributions that made the rights you get to enjoy and benefit from possible. And black people are the reason you have in America in the first place. The reason. The reason. The reason. If you're black right now, put your motherfucking fist in the air and say, I'm the reason. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
We are the reason.
Man.
We created all the shit, invented all the shit that makes this motherfucker go. That's why I was like, I'm making my job to make sure everybody know this shit.
Facts, man. Facts.
I just literally put my fist in the air and say, man, I'm the motherfucking reason, man.
We the
Straight
reason.
up.
We the
I was
motherfucking
feeling
reason.
that.
Man,
Like I
hey,
swear,
dude got a
he
podcast
just
and he puts it down for real.
he just gave me a perspective that I never even looked at it from, man. And I swear
Man,
to
that's what
God,
we
man,
do here.
it was so it was so what they call it tongue in
Impactful,
cheek or what they call that shit like when somebody say something that you know already, but a light bulb
motivate.
just like
Oh,
damn. Like it's like damn, you knew this already, but he just said it. He just pretty much just brought it to
yes,
life. He just woke it up. It's like damn,
real
he
shit.
right about like everything that said is facts. I'm like shit. I mean, everything we created, man, does. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Everything.
we've been in all these
Open
antidotes
heart
for life.
surgery.
You know what I'm saying?
All that shit.
We ain't never
Cell phone.
we ain't never brought
Internet.
nobody. We ain't never brought no. We ain't never brought nobody. We ain't never brought nobody nowhere, man, against their will. I mean, we ain't never brought like we ain't known for none of that shit. But the people who make the laws and today are associated with those who did.
Yep.
He right. Everything he said is right.
That's real
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? For sure.
All right,
Yeah.
we
Fuck
gonna
that
keep this
up.
motherfucker going. Let me drop these other jewels on their ass. Let's go.
The volume tick.
We open a free breakfast
You can't hear it?
center. Free
Now
breakfast
we
for
can.
let the people know that we are concerned with their basic needs and desires, and also to educate the people to the fundamentals of socialism, and also to heighten the contradictions within this capitalistic system. When I mean heighten the contradictions, all I'm saying is that is let the people be aware of the fact that the Black Panther Party, an organization which only been existing since 1966, is taking care of people, helping them as far as healthcare is concerned, and the federal government with all this wealth and resources not doing anything on a major scale. You know, we in the Black Panther Party believe that there is violence in this system. When I say violence, I'm not talking about the overt violence usually associated with the club and knife or the gun. I'm talking about the violence perpetuated.
See, and that's the one thing I want to get to is taking care of our own. We know about the free lunch program, and now we also know that they want to have our own medical facilities to take care of our people too. Because when you had people in Tuskegee intentionally inflicting syphilis just to watch how it eats away out of human. Come on, bruh. First, we talking about stomping a baby that was cut freshly out the womb. Now you inflicting people with diseases, not to cure them, but to see how it affects the human being.
All
Who's
right.
barbaric?
All right.
Who's barbaric? We can't be racist. We don't hate them for
And
their
I,
color of their skin.
and, I didn't respond to that earlier, right? Because like because it had the same effect on me that it had on me when I was a youngster, man. Talk about a Scary X. You know what I mean? My personal history with the Scary X is that I heard High Tonight, man. I literally went and caught my first battery, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was like I'm saying that's how that shit affected me. There's two things that drove me to violence, man. Getting high tonight, man. Well, it was kind of in order. I watched Mississippi burning.
Yeah.
That made me hate white people. That made that brought out hatred in me. And when I heard Water the State and High Tonight, it kind of it inflamed that. It just inflamed that more for me when I was a youngster. You know what I'm saying? Now as an older man, you know, being reminded of that history right there, it's the most sickening history ever because all I thought about was my mother.
Man.
I ain't even got to see what I don't even have to see what this person looked like in '95. In '95, a dude, 'cause my mother was in the game. A dude robbed my mother, stabbed her twice in her heart, 3 times in her lungs, try to throw her off a roof. You know what I'm saying? That strong ass woman survived through that, right? You know what I mean? But however, it reminded me of that. It woke all that shit up right there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Um, you're absolutely right, Tick. You know what I'm saying? Um, it brings home, you know, what both of us said. You know what I mean? You're saying that we can't be racist, but I'm saying on the other hand, I think we all have ability to, but our racism is justified.
Yes. There's other
Can't
reasons
possibly
behind
expect somebody
it,
to
man.
can't expect somebody to hate their oppressor. I mean to love their oppressor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we can we can injure you a little bit, and you can justify destroying us for something way smaller than what you did to us.
Man.
I'm telling you, I'm just gonna say this on the same thing, right? Donald Trump, Donald J. Trump, is a 34-time convicted felon. And my understanding, and when I caught my first felony, I was told that I wouldn't be able to run for office. I wouldn't be able to own a gun. I wouldn't be able to do any of these things.
Mm-hmm.
But if you white, you can run. You can run and win and sit in the most allegedly powerful office in the world.
Come on
Destroy
now.
the legal system. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much your prosecution. Say fuck the Congress. You know what I'm saying? In people's program, people must starve them out to death, foment wars in other parts of the world, and do everything. And I would, and just for one of those things, I could have lost my life. You can
Man, that's
justify
real.
keeping me in prison. You can call me a criminal. After that man got elected in office, I will forever, never again feel like I'm a criminal for anything that I've done in
Nope.
life,
Nope.
according to what they say.
That's real
Yeah,
Not
shit.
to their standard.
that's
For
right.
real.
They
Right.
standard.
For real.
Because these very same people who make all these standards what they call criminal, what they don't, can walk their punk ass to that ballot booth and vote a motherfucker like that in office and
Mhm.
say, man, this is the right man to lead us, but you can vilify me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like,
We're
it's
not
like,
even
I
doing
don't,
none of that shit. You feel me?
the system don't have credibility to me no more.
It don't. Fuck the system. I always said that shit because
I don't
it
think it
was never
never
for
did.
us.
Yeah.
Man, never.
Yeah, right,
It wasn't
right,
built by
right, right. But
us.
I'm saying especially now. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, yeah, you
Mhm.
extra
You know what I'm
because of what
saying?
yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
You know what I
All
mean?
right.
It's like me
Okay, we're
now.
gonna go to the
When
next one.
I evaluate my life on right or wrong, you know what I'm saying? Oh, go ahead. My bad,
No,
my
no, no.
bad.
No, you go ahead and finish off. We about to
No,
get
no,
into
no,
some
I was good. I was good, man.
okay. We about to get into some good shit now. Now, what do we need to do? Are we ready for this so-called revolution that's gonna jump off? Because right now it's all pointing to it. Because I see these old lower level, bottom feeding ass fools, white fools talking about they ready for a race war, and I got some shit on that one. But we're gonna talk about some shit what we need to do. So let's
Yeah.
go.
I have to say this because
The
I know our
volume too.
spirit and our emotions get stirred. I'm not against nobody on the panel. I'm with everybody on the panel. I'm not diametrically opposed to anybody on the panel. I agree with everything my brother said about revolutionaryism. So let me ask you guys a few questions. We're in the South. We're in the heart of the South right now. Who fishes? Who knows how to fish? Hands down. Who knows how to hunt? Less hands. Hands down. Who shoots on a regular basis, meaning once or twice weekly? Hands down. Now you see how many hands? Who farms or grows their own food right now? Hands down. You ain't ready to oppose nothing. You are as a part of this system as any white person gentrifying in this city. And you can't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, because I've lived in this neighborhood long enough to know when 2 out of every 5 yards had a garden in the back. I'm old enough to know when the Muslim community was the strongest security force and their own food force in this community. Black people, I love you, and I love you enough to tell you, you ain't ready to revolt shit. You don't feed yourself. You don't hunt your own animals and slaughter them. You don't prepare your own meat. You don't own your own land. You don't have a seed growing in your window. So when you think about revolutionaryism and you think about fighting and dying in the street, you ain't shit if you can't feed your children. You ain't nothing if you can't teach your children to hunt. I've been hearing this revolutionary talk all my life. All my life, I've been seeing leaders get before me and tell me how much of a strong warrior. And how many of you practice a martial art today? Who practices a martial art today? That's what I'm saying. We not ready to fight. You say fight back, fight the police. The police are trained to shoot. They're trained in martial combat. We're not. What are we going to do? Now, I'm not saying give up. I'm not saying you can't train yourself. But what I'm saying is, if you're not training every week, if you're not shooting every week, if you're not knowing how to grow your own food, arguing with me and arguing with the police ain't going to do nothing.
Real shit.
So let me wake that up. Let me wake that up real quick. What he's talking about? Because I
Yeah,
was
go ahead.
just finished telling somebody about this, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh, let
what
me
he's
switch.
talking about is that there is no such thing as what they call a hat in hand or a peaceful revolution where you just go be able to talk a motherfucker down and to change the kind of change we talk. Man, look, when this government decided that it wanted to break away from motherfucking Britain, man, you know what I'm saying? You think they're talking about, you think the Boston Tea Party was just a motherfucker sitting down in the
Man.
room drinking tea and talking about it? No.
For real.
It was blood, sweat in there, man. You know what I'm saying? The shit we talking about, man, they didn't kill our leaders, man, for less. All Martin Luther King did was talk. Martin Luther
That's
King
it.
wasn't a fighter. He was
He was
he was
nonviolent.
a he was the he
And
was
they
the he
killed him.
was the devoted.
Man.
He let motherfuckers throw spaghetti and shit on his head, man. You know what I'm saying? And told his followers to do it, man, just to make a point. And he still got murdered. So do you think that you gonna be able to talk? Change
Nope.
into a motherfucker. You think you
Nope.
gonna be different? No. In order to do
For
that,
real.
man, you gonna have to get your hands dirty if you want to change that. So if you
That's
ain't
right.
willing to do that, shut the fuck up. You ain't
Yeah.
fit to lead, man. You know what I'm saying? Because in in war is a paradox because it's a mixture of conscious and unconscious, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit barbaric. It's a little bit everything. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't willing to be a motherfucking fool to get what the
Mm-hmm.
whatever the fuck you go get, then you're not fit to lead.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? I
That's
don't
real
care
shit.
how good a motherfucker talk. I don't care how good they sound or whatnot. What that brother was hitting on, I want to know what you're able to do if it happened right now. Because I've literally asked people those questions, man. Okay, what are you willing to do? Oh man, I got kids, man. Man, check this out. We all got kids, motherfucker. We all got somebody we love. What are you willing to do to sacrifice for them, man?
Yep.
I always ask dudes, okay, when you want, I say, are you ready to serve some time? Are you ready to get locked up for it? No, I ain't willing to do no time. Well, you might want to be quiet then, because the shit you talking about doing may get you some time.
Exactly.
You're
Exactly.
not just gonna be able to do it. If it was that easy, it would have been done already. You know how many
Yep.
people that's more better talkers than us
Man, that's real.
didn't got knocked off the podium? Man, look, man, I swear to God, bro, Tick, this can't just be no one discussion thing we're doing tonight, bro. This
No,
got to be a
it
series,
ain't
bro.
over.
I
It
swear
ain't
to
over.
God, bro. I swear to
It ain't over.
God,
It ain't
man.
over. It's just the
Oh man,
beginning. It's just the beginning.
yeah,
And
man.
look,
This got
let
to
me
be
let,
a yeah.
let me follow up with what you saying. Do you guys remember the movie Higher Learning?
Absolutely.
You remember when Remy got turned out, got recruited by the skinhead dude, and Remy was
Yep,
mad
yep,
because of what happened. And you remember what that
yep.
skinhead dude told Remy? Now this shit is sad. It's sad, but it's true. That dude, the skinhead, I forgot dude's name in the movie, but he told Remy, "You not ready to go to war, a race war. These niggas been shooting and killing and practicing on each other. We not ready for that. They got practice, and it's a sad thing because we're practicing on each other. But the fact is, we are practicing, and they know that they talk all that revolutionary shit when it comes like the white dudes talk about we want a race war. None of you, in the same way we're saying about our own. Are you ready? They not ready. I mean, they might go hunting and all that, but we've been hitting moving targets. It's just sad that it looks like us.
That's
You know
real.
what I mean? It looks like us. But
That's
like I
real.
said, that was the most shit. I heard that shit when in that movie. I was like, hey, that makes a lot of sense. Y'all motherfuckers ain't ready. And it's sad that we practicing on each other, but the bottom line is we're practicing.
That's
But
real.
are they willing to go up against the higher powers to fight them the same way we've been killing our own? That's the question.
Hey, this may sound a little bit harsh, right? But I'm a fan of I'm a student of history. So Africa is a very large continent. Before we got to looking off to Europe and to Asia and everything, we look within, right? You know how big Africa is.
Yeah,
I always tell people, niggas killing niggas ain't nothing new. We've been doing it since the beginning of the time. Who in the hell was we warring against from all these different kingdoms and Egyptian dynasties and everything that
yeah,
people talk about? That was within the African continent. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Yeah, it branched out to the outer world, but what they said is right. We are primed for killing each other. We've been doing it. Every race on earth is primed for killing itself, especially
yeah.
the Chinese.
Oh
They,
yeah,
you go in there, you talk about all the different Ming dynasties and all of that, man. Those
man.
are Chinese. Those are Chinese killing Chinese.
Yeah,
You look at all these barbarians and all these, man,
the
man, those
Romans,
is
the Romans,
Romans, Germans.
the
That those is
Greeks.
white
Hey,
man
for
killing
real.
white man.
Yeah, real shit.
Everybody's prone to it. But we're looking at it from a smaller context over
Yeah,
here because we feel like the numbers that we're knocking off are numbers that we need. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
That's why we're looking at it different. But when we look at it from a historic standpoint, it's nothing new about it. You know what I'm saying? So the
Yeah,
white people feel like, yeah, they looking over there, yeah. In a war context, if my people ready or there, yeah, they've been doing it. They've been
yeah,
killing each other. Why? Because they trained us how to kill ourselves. You know what I'm
real
saying?
shit.
So much so that I hear a lot of killers, they will tell you 1,000 ways they can kill another nigga, but they don't have one idea on how they kill a white person. How they even slap a cop, how they even
That's
spit on a
crazy.
police officer.
Yup.
Yeah,
Bro.
That's sad.
yeah. That's real sad for real. All right, we gonna keep it moving because I know it's getting late for y'all, man. I ain't gonna keep y'all up past Dracula hours. we go. We
That's
got some more
right.
shit. We riding this one out, man, for real. Let's go to the next one, man. This one is about economics. This dude right here dropped some real shit too. Let's go.
White folks are planning for 3 generations. We're planning for Saturday night. The goal, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen, is to win, not to look like we're winning. I would rather carry a plastic bag with $5,000 in it than to carry a $5,000 Louis Vuitton bag with $100 in it. You ain't winning. Louis Vuitton is winning. Gucci is winning. Armani is winning. Nike is winning. We don't lack opportunity in this great country. There is unlimited opportunity. That is not our problem. We're the most creative human beings on earth. Our problem is capacity. So the 21st century for us must be about building our capacity collectively and connecting the dots to take advantage of the unlimited opportunity we have to connect, to grow, and to prosper.
Real shit. Everybody see a lot of motherfuckers want to look like they got paper rather than really having paper. You know what I mean? We making all these companies rich but yet we taking food out of our money out of our own pocket, food off our table just to look like we got paper.
That's
I ain't
real.
never seen a billionaire out there with a donkey rope or a Cuban link chain, diamond earrings, gold teeth. Never.
Hey, what's the name? What's the name of that brother right there?
Oh, I forgot. I gotta get it. Let me see. Yeah, I don't.
That's their way of trying to, I guess, look the part.
That's it. That's it. They want us to feel like if we look the part, we can fit in. We'll never fit in.
Right.
Billionaires, black billionaires will never fit in because we still a nigga. Doesn't matter how much money you have. Ask P. Diddy. Ask Bill Cosby. Niggas with papers is they're gonna find a way. They're gonna find a way to get you up out of there if you in the way. And don't cause no motherfucking uproar with your pro-blackness. You fall in line, do what we say, you can keep your money. If not, we're gonna say you're crazy like we did about Dave Chappelle. We're gonna say you're crazy like they did with Martin. They come on.
Kanye.
Kanye. All the notice it's all the ones with the paper that they going after.
If I'm gonna look at the example of a billionaire that I want to learn how to conform as far as people of my own skin color, it's gonna be one of them African billionaires. You know what I'm saying? You know, over there. It ain't gonna be one of these Americanized one because the black billionaires over here, they either ex sports athletes or ex rappers or music or you know what I'm saying? And they still trying to look like rappers or athletes or whatnot. You know what I mean?
Man.
Unless we're talking about Michael Jordan or somebody, you know what I mean? But you raise a good point. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I'm telling you this through the board, man. Like this conversation gonna make some people mad at us, but I love it.
Fuck them.
I
Fuck them.
love it. I love
Go for
what
it.
Eminem say. I love pissing you off. It gets me off.
Man,
Like a woman when a fucking judge lets me off.
man, for real. That's real shit. I don't mind. Like I said, man, we done went to jail on some bullshit. Don't give me a reason to go to jail on some real shit. You feel
Right.
me?
Straight up.
That's the difference. That's the
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers say, hey, when the right minds get sparked, they better stand back. That's it. And that's what I try to do. These youngsters got it.
Yeah.
They out here in the streets. I'm not in the streets like that no more. You know what I mean? They are. So we give them the game on how to maneuver in these streets and make decisions that's gonna benefit not just you but us as a people. Now we talking some shit. You know what I
Right.
mean? Now we talking some shit. Because the worst thing that the world wants right now is these YNs to have a mentality behind it. That's like, oh shit, these motherfuckers done
That's a
been
fact.
awoken. They've been awoken.
Tick, Tick, I don't even acknowledge that word, man. Hey, you know what? I think when we acknowledge that YN shit,
There is a certain mentality that they feel like they have to be to
yes, that they
fulfill
have to
the
be.
YN. I'm knowing. I'm the same way. But I say it because they know what I'm talking about when I do say YN. They know who
Right,
I'm referring to. That's the
right.
only reason.
I feel you.
Just
I
like when I
feel you.
say niggas, you know I ain't talking about no white dude, no Asian dude. No, you know who I'm talking to. You know what I mean? It's just, I mean, it shouldn't have been a term like that, but it is the term, and then we gotta speak in a way that they gonna understand what we're saying.
Right.
So they call themselves YNs, young niggas. Hey, handle your business. Just because you
That's a
called a
fact.
white nigga don't mean you a young nigga. Don't mean you got to be out there and act like one. You know what I
That's a
mean?
fact.
I was talking to my son yesterday, man, and you know he playing ball now, so it was like, yeah, everybody in school say that, you know, that's the word, that's the word, that's the word. And I had to break it down to him, like, look, son, that ain't you. You know what I'm saying? That ain't you. That's
We
some
YBs, young
yeah,
brothers. You know what
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean?
Something else. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, for real.
You know, but I just had to explain that shit to him, man. Don't follow these trends. You know, we not followers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
we
people,
setters. Yeah,
you know, and people know that. They know that. You know what I'm saying? Just ask about your father. You know what I'm saying? They know that.
yeah,
But I don't acknowledge that shit, man.
yeah. That I mean, when I hear that shit, I'm like, I wonder who came up with the with the idea. Let's call them young niggas. Let's call them
Yeah,
YNs. And they say
Mhm.
YNs because certain demographics and racial pockets can't use the word nigga. Let's say that. And for anybody out there that allow any other race to call you a nigga, you stupid for that shit.
Hey, look.
For real.
I mean, I've accepted the reality that I maybe have an unpopular position on this, right? But you know, in college where I'm at, that's what they call it, college, right? As Malcolm called it, he said it could be a college, right? You know, I
Hey,
use it, right? So Northanians, Serranians, Asians, if you're in California, you know who those entities are. They call each other niggas all day, themselves niggas all day, right?
man.
You know what I'm saying? It was a point in time where it would have been taboo where you would have heard a Southside Mexican call themselves niggas. They call each other niggas all
Yep. I
routinely
hear that shit.
nowadays. The younger ones, this new generation, right?
Yep.
The older ones look at them like they crazy, like you know what I'm saying, like they're about to
Yeah,
have a
that's
heart
real.
attack, right?
They don't like that shit either. Yeah.
The older blacks, because I get amused when I sit back and watch this, right? I was in a law library, right? And there was a group of uh, Nathaniels came in, they youngsters, you know what I'm saying? They was in there, you know, talking, doing their thing. And that's talking amongst each other like, man, that nigga, fuck you, nigga, woo, woo, woo. Nigga. I'm talking like, it sounds just like us. And you had some OGs there. They were sitting across, man, the look on, he looked mortified, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
What the fuck you say?
yeah, yeah. And when it was over with, he was complaining to another brother about it. And I had to say, look, bro, I want you to tell me at what point did we ever trademark or buy ownership of the word nigga? When did we own that word, bro?
That's real though.
That
I
that's
see where
something
you're coming from.
that was imposed upon us. We don't own
Yes.
nigga. We don't. Well, they say, well, we don't own nigger, but nigga, okay, yeah. Tupac
That's
made
no
a
ain't no different.
Tupac made an acronym off of it. Never ignorant, getting those accomplished. Okay, that's cool. You know, us black people, we have found a unique ability to make a meal out of chitlins, man. Period. Nigga is no different. You know what I'm saying? It
Man.
is what it is on that, right? But we don't own the word. That is a state of being. To be a nigga is a state of being, man. It's a mind state. They say the nigga mind state. The nigga mind state mean what? I'm about to get ignorant. I'm about to act the ass. Don't make me get niggers around here, man. You feel me? Niggery, whatever you want to call it. It's a but we don't own that motherfucking word. So why we take so much ownership of it? We don't
Right.
like it. But it was a point in time when black folks didn't like us calling each other that. Now we get mad at other races using it, even against themselves. There's a hypocrisy here.
This that's real
So
shit.
while we disarm it and disown it, we gotta stop. We gotta disown this baggage, man. That's baggage.
Yeah, it is.
So what? Let them have that baggage. If they want to be the new niggas, let them be the new niggas.
Yeah.
Good riddance.
To be honest, shit, I grew to hate the word shit, you know, and that's my honest truth, man. I mean, when I was in the shoe, like in 2001, every time I said the word, I'd do some push-ups. You know what I mean? Because it was a
I had
lot of
OGs.
brothers.
We
Go
used to do
ahead.
that too. Yeah. No. I'm agreeing with you. I remember that program. I got OGs that used to implement that program too. They
Yeah,
used to give you
I
some
mean,
left. They give you
hey,
left for that.
yeah, I mean, I learned it from some brothers that was Coonies in there, a lot of
Yeah.
BGL brothers. Uh,
Yeah.
and when we used to say it over the tier, they used to say, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and hit them burpees or something, you know.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
I mean, nowadays I don't even say that shit that much, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
like
there,
you were saying though, we can't own that word though.
yeah, for
No, we
real.
don't own that word, man.
Motherfucker, hey, you get a check for every time somebody say nigga. That'd be a
Right.
different
Man,
story.
Boy, everybody be billionaires. Boy, we'll
Hey,
really be out of
hey,
poverty
for
then.
real. For real. Nigga, we
Yeah.
could buy property like a motherfucker, boy.
Shit, we on blocks with that
A,
word,
a
man.
dollar every time somebody say it. Put it in a bank account.
Talking about generational wealth.
Man, for real.
Shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
man.
we gonna cut this shit down, man. We gonna do it again though, so we can go to the other part. Like I said, this is just the beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
We're gonna get the word of mouth out there about this podcast and talking about racism in America. Yes, indeed, man. But I appreciate y'all pulling up, man, for real.
All
Um,
right.
shit, let them know, Ascaria, what where they can reach you, what you got going on, everything.
Well, my podcast is the Ghost Regime Network podcast by Michael Scory on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? That's where you can find that. You can follow me on IG, Ascari underscore Mike. You know what I'm saying? That's my IG. Um, and shout out to you, bro. Shout out to the brother. What's your name? What's the brother? Uh,
Oh, P Steve?
Steve. Okay, yeah. Shout
Yeah.
out to Steve, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Shout
sir,
out
bro.
to you, man. Um, Shout out to Raider Red Peaches. I've been checking you. Been
That's my
thank you
girl, yeah.
for for
That's
engaging with us.
Mrs.
This is
Lunatic.
positive.
Yeah.
Even the home, even my baby Kim tapped in with us too, right?
That's right.
This is very important for the women to see that we're on this time. It's
Yeah.
overdue because the women are being waiting and wondering like, when the fuck are we gonna wake up
Yeah.
and wake this shit up though? So without them feeling like they have to do it though. So I'll land there, but thank you, bro, and I look forward to the next one.
Oh yeah, we gonna do it some we gonna do it again for real. P
Yeah.
Steve, what's up
Yeah,
with you? Let them know,
Hey,
man.
man, look, like, I always appreciate, all the love, all the unity for the brothers, man. I got a lot of things that's coming out. My book, as you know. Um, yeah, I'm grateful to have homeboys like y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Brothers like y'all. We can learn from each other, build from each other. None of that self hate with each other. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So I appreciate y'all, man, and I thank y'all.
that's right. We gonna do it again. This is this
absolutely.
is this is the first, but it ain't the last. You know what I mean? We got a lot of shit to
Right.
touch on and
How
see.
frequently you want to do it?
Huh?
How frequently you want to do it?
Shit, we could do it once a week if you want to.
I'm cool with it.
We could do like every
I,
Saturday night and just, you know what I mean, talk our shit and our opinions and ideas.
I got
Oh
time
yeah,
for it, bro.
Okay,
I'm
shit, we'll be
down.
back next Saturday then. Let's do it again.
Let's
Hell
do
Let's
it.
yeah,
do it again.
hell yeah.
You feel me? Let's
This
do it
can be
again.
this can be an hour thing, bro.
Yeah, we could
This
do
can
that
be the
shit.
new thing, man. It's
For
time
sure, for
for it.
sure. For
And
sure, for
watch
Yeah,
it
sure. We can
grow.
do that. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This is just the
Watch it
infant
grow.
stages. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah,
But I appreciate y'all, man. We gonna like I said, we gonna put it together, do a once a week type thing if y'all down with it. And because there's still a lot of stuff to touch on, and we'll get some other people up on here as well when we do that shit. You feel me?
All the
for sure,
time.
for sure.
So
Salute
shit,
to
man.
y'all, man. And I'll talk to
Salute,
y'all
my
on the next
brother.
one.
That's right.
All the time.
Yes, sir.
And with that being said, man, hey, everybody out there, man, stay in your lane, do what you do, help others, and when the opportunity is there, nobody is above no one. We walk side by side, not in front of each other. So with that being said, man, black love, peace, power. You already know what it is, man. We out of this. Bitch. Let's go.